Greetings, wild and tame souls. I'm Lucinda Bach-and-White, and today I'm going to talk about Kathryn's encounter with a baby dove. Kathryn wrote to me, "On Saturday, a neighbor brought me a tiny dove they had found next to my property. No nest was found, so I took it upon myself to care for him, and he has been thriving. I did lots of research. Fast forward to today, I heard doves in my backyard and I felt immediately they were his parents looking for him. I took him outside in his basket and placed it on the picnic table, and he started to peep gently. And almost immediately the parents showed up, but they did stay at a distance." What I told Kathryn is there's something in there related to mothering and motherhood. And for some reason, I flashed on Christian Iconography, where the Mother Mary and the dove that you see in a lot of the pictures, and spiritual enlightenment and divine feminine nature. So I didn't know exactly what it was, but something like that. She's mothering this baby dove. She's putting so much energy into it, doing the research, feeding it properly. And she goes on to say, "This morning I heard them again and repeated what I had done yesterday, though kept a bigger distance so they might feel safer. The baby didn't peep, but the parents had to be watching. The baby suddenly flew into my lemon tree, which grows in a pot." Now, to me, that was a sacred container and something about the tree of life. "That was the first time the baby dove had flown anywhere. I kept my distance." Space is so important as a parent as well, right? If we hold the kids too close, we smother them and they don't get their own identity. And when is the right time to let them go? There's a lot going on here that really is metaphoric for life. "I stood still and watched, and nothing happened. But almost immediately, both parents flew into my large butterfly bush." Well, butterfly bush, transformation. Something is happening here. "So I left the baby in the lemon tree and went in my house." Well, we know from my other videos that the house represents your personal consciousness. So she's going inward to think about how how she feels about this and what to do with this baby, and is she doing the right thing. The doves flew upward. So that reminds me of the images you see in the Christian paintings, where the dove is just flying out of the person that's enlightened, the Christ consciousness. I don't know why that image popped into my head. So I feel like she's having these epiphanies around her divine feminine nature, about motherhood, about her spirituality, and it's all happening with these doves. So it's heartfelt. So I had hoped I might co-parent with these doves until he got a little stronger, and to allow him refuge through Saturday because it's going to rain. But the Wildlife Center in Sonoma and Marin are saying leave him outside. Let his parents teach him what he needs to learn. So I'm interpreting this that she's balancing wilderness and civilization. The wilderness and nature has its own way and its own course. She's intervening to help, and she doesn't want to over-intervene. So finding that balance between our civilized nature and our wild nature. So her fears, she uses the word fear, around the coming rain and the fact if he leaves her more or less secure backyard, he will find a neighborhood full of dogs and cats. So it just didn't feel safe to her, even though she wanted to leave him out there with the parents. So again, she's discerning. She's talking about all these things. What is safe? What is fearful? What should or shouldn't she do? But she's completely present with it and just feeling it as she goes. So it's a beautiful story where she says she didn't know what to do and decided to wait until Sunday. No, she was hoping to wait until Sunday, but the wildlife people were concerned that she would miss the window of him connecting with his parents and that he will bond too much with her and never be wild. So she agonized. Tomorrow morning, should I let the dove go or not? Can he endure the rain? Will his parents help him? And she let the dove go. So I found out later, after the fact, that she had a daughter Quarantine for COVID had just happened, and her daughter didn't feel safe where she was and wanted to move. And that was playing out side by side and mirroring this whole thing about her fears around her daughter leaving. Should she let her daughter go or stay? And so I didn't know this was happening. I was just getting this feeling about motherhood and nurturing and when to let go. So it's just a beautiful story of a woman helping this baby dove and how the animals speak to us, and then the end of it showing how it comes together and really does relate to our real life. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I look forward to seeing you next time.